Well, we are towards the end of the show, which means it's time for a grain market update. And today on the line, I've got Fabian Devereux from Grainwise. Good morning, Fabian.
Morning, Bridget. How are you?
I'm good. Fabian, can you tell me, as I've just mentioned, we've had some rainfall over the last 24 hours and in the last recent weeks as well. How's that affecting things?
Look, the recent rain was quite welcomed by some growers with some later season barley, but less welcoming to the growers that have got hay on the ground. Thankfully for those guys, the deluge of rain that were sort of forecasted didn't come to fruition because there was quite a lot more forecast of what we've seen into the SA Mallee, up to 20 million places. So there has been pretty good rain, and hopefully that'll help that last bit of wheat fill out, and hopefully it doesn't do too much damage to the hay guys that have got cut on the ground.
And where are prices sitting at the moment?
Look, prices over the past few days have been quite stable. We're seeing that Melbourne market quite favourable for exports. We're seeing F1 barley trade there yesterday delivered at 250 on Jan to June into that market zone, and wheat is at 315. So they've firmed up in recent days, just off what's happening in the offshore market.
We'll get to the offshore market in a moment, but Fabian, what's the difference in the market locally this year compared to last year's crop?
Yeah, look, this year we're more of a export market. The last 2 to 3 years we've been a domestic market where we've had grain pulling out of South Australia going all the way through to Queensland. That won't be the case this year. We're looking at the exports. We're back to having a close eye of what's happening offshore, going through those finer details that are influencing the market moves, and also looking at our currency as well.
And what is happening offshore with those markets?
Look, late last week, the USDA report came out. The market thought there was going to be more supply of wheat available. Turns out that wasn't the case. It was a bit of a shock to the market, so we've seen a bit of rally on the back of that. We've also seen concerns of plantings in the Black Sea region and also out of Russia. They're drying, it's sowing dry, so there was some concerns around germination through there as well, which is putting pressure on the market. Then we go to soybeans, which is correlation to your canola market. We're seeing demand for soybeans for fuel, so we're seeing a bit of upside there as well for our canola.
Where do you expect the market to head in the coming weeks and months?
Look, at the moment, the market has a stable feel on the back of growers not coming to the market to sell after the rain and the La Nina forecast predicted. They're worried about, if we're going to have a wet harvest. So we've got could we have concerns of quality? So growers aren't rushing to the market at this stage. So I think until they do, we'll see prices remain a little bit stabler. Come harvest time, we're already seeing harvest start in Queensland and coming down to Walgett sort of area in South Wales there. We're going to see that pressure come on at harvest where we'll see growers that have to sell grain to cash flow. Unfortunately, we all need cash, and that'll sell that market down over the harvest period, and we'll just see what the recovery is into the new year.
Well, thanks so much for that update, Fabian.
No worries. Thanks, Bridget.
Oh, good. That was Fabian Devereux from Grainwise on the line with the grain market update.